Hi, my name's Amalia from Advanced Wellness Clinic, and I want to show you our form of biofeedback. This is the technology that I discovered that really helped transform my own health picture, and today I'm going to demonstrate what it can look like for you if you were to come into the clinic or even do a remote telehealth scan. So we offer services to anyone in the US. Basically, we can do a Zoom video that would look very similar to this. And I do have my scanning system set up here to do a scan on myself today. So I like to scan myself remotely, actually. I'm not going to be holding on to the electrodes, although if you were in person you could come in and do that, and I'll kind of show you what they look like here. So you can't see my system, but these are the electrodes. They're in my remote scanning block, and I like to do that because it's just a lot easier than going back and forth and clicking the buttons. I also really believe in the quantum scanning mechanics. So what biofeedback could look like for you is we're going to first check in on the organs, glands, systems of the body to see what's currently out of balance. So you'll get a look at my body today. And I've been doing about weekly scans for myself because I'm currently pregnant. I have been having some other issues in association with that just recently, so I'm going to see what comes up for me and what I can do to help support myself to recover quicker from those different issues. So we did a really quick baseline of my body. So checked in before we're finding all these balancing items. And what you see going through on the right hand side are basically checking for food signatures, fungal signatures, geopathic, heavy metals, anything that might be a blockage to help me move past those things in a quicker manner. So generally I do have some history with things like fungal exposures and Lyme exposures. I think on some level we all do. There's high statistics to show that it's very possible that we could. This is non-diagnostic software also, so even though it shows, for example, L1 borealis morgani, that's not a diagnosis that's present in my bloodstream. There's something similar in there that we just need to clear. There's also some liver signatures, histamine signatures, which I completely relate with. Household chemical sensitivities, that's spot on for me. Thyroid stuff, that's been an issue ongoing. Right now I'm currently very sort of in the hypothyroid range, so I've been trying to get myself back up to par, and just baby is consuming a lot of my vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and so I'm just trying to balance that. Let's see, getting enough for myself and also for my new growing child. So I have a little bit of colon resistance showing as weak. I'm scanning at a fairly deep level, not too deep, but it's in there, so it's like it's kind of mid-range maybe. Maxillary sinuses, maybe you can hear in my nose right now. I do have some nasal drainage stuff going on. Sinuses, yep. Pancreas resistance. I have been feeling a little bit more sensitive to sugars lately, and so that also makes sense to me. And the spleen, detoxifying bloodstream and everything like that is usually recurrent infections as well. So there's been something I'm trying to get rid of an exposure to, and I relate to that as well. Surprise, I definitely do see that. So I'm going to be trying to support myself balancing out the spleen too, so that can come into this nice green zone, which is where we want it to be. We'll see also how resistant it is. So okay, so that's what I'm looking at here in this the whole tank. I see a lot of items that really do relate to what I'm experiencing. I've been eating kind of high protein diet, so in general I'm running a little bit more acid than I am in the alkaline state, so I see that come up. I do, like I said, relate to that. I've had a history of TMJ, although I don't feel it right now. That makes sense that it's in there still, because it's kind of something that I'm ongoing trying to improve, and it feels great right now, but the disposition to have issues with it is there. So I'm highlighting borage seed oil for me here, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. I've been really sort of leaning towards these antioxidant needs here in my body, so that all looks good. I'm going to do this as more of a demo scan today. So while I am using myself, I'm not going to do the full shebang. It's again showing me my multivitamin without iron, so I have been doing some iron supplementation kind of on and off as needed during pregnancy. Not super hard, but it's showing a recognition of not to do extra iron in my multivitamin, which I currently don't have iron in the prenatal that I'm taking, so that's good. Normally I would run this energetic balancing thing. I think I should do it because basically what it does is it helps you see what's more physically present as a need in your body by sort of shifting the energy. Each of these frequencies is actually balancing me as I go. So you'll see a lot of different items come up in there. I don't have to go seek those homeopathics out on a one-by-one basis to find balance. In the end, after you do a scan, I either mail to you, or if you're in person, you'll receive them that day. But we have these little blank tincture bottles, and so we have 3 different types of bases that you can select to choose from. This one here is a 15% ethanol and distilled water. So basically the carbon molecule of the ethanol is what helps to hold the digital imprint. So we're not working with physical particles anymore, we're working with frequencies and waves. So on that level, those are known to be good at retaining those signatures. So that is one of the ways that I would administer to myself the frequencies on a daily basis to help me stay balanced. And so this is going to help clear out anything within me on that frequency level that can just be easily shifted, because those aren't really my big problems. So I might have a little bit of things like so environmental grass and tree allergies going on at the moment. Might be a little bit of inflammation or some sleep issues, headache, but they're just like teeny tiny things. We can kind of shift those easily and see what the bigger priorities are next. So one of the reasons I love biofeedback is because it helps give me direction as to what is important, so that I prioritize the things that are, and I don't waste time or money, or I'm not taking supplements that I don't need. So what it's saying is there's intestinal restoration that is going on. There's also some tie into the way that it's putting stress on my joints. So I believe those two are related. And so arnica is also one of the homeopathics that it would state would be beneficial for me. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do an information scan. So I'm going to energetically, again, I'm not drawing my blood, there's no needles here. I'm basically looking at these things that are under the umbrella of nutritional signatures. So fatty acids, enzymes, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and I love the scan. It has really helped me to maintain just a very easy pregnancy so far. So it's just given me a lot of information to help me manage on a week-by-week basis what's my top priorities. And for anybody who does the biofeedback scan, normally the length of time is going to be a 30-day blueprint. So it's a 30-day packet of information that we come up with, unless you designate otherwise that you need a higher frequency of scanning due to a rapidly shifting internal environment. So I'm growing a human, so that makes my hormones change all the time. My nutritionals are always kind of fluctuating in between what I need and at what stage of growth that the baby is developing. So again, it's not blood work. You can't say diagnostically that you are, let's say, low on vitamin D, for example. But the theory behind it is basically if the energetic presence of something is demonstrated to be low, then you could also investigate those as physical avenues, which you can verify through other different means. I have as well tried looking into verifying that through, for me, I used a naturopath who helped me with some kinesiology, which was very neat to see that demonstrated, verified in a second modality. And let's see. So I'm going to now look for the ones using my knowledge of translating the scan results. I'll basically help you interpret this whole report, and that way you can see which ones are essential for you, and not all of them are going to be. So you don't need to be overwhelmed by the amount of information that you get. We help you figure out which ones are important. So again, it said not iron in my multivitamin, but it does still show a continued need for iron, which I have also verified in another way, which is why I'm okay to do supplementation with it, and I have a good source of it that I am comfortable with. So that's what I'm looking at for myself. I'm looking at, again, antioxidants. I already know that's a huge priority for me right now. Sodium, completely. I've been feeling like my minerals are just being used up so rapidly, incredibly fast. So, yes, anything to help with that. And vitamin K a little bit. Understandable. Okay, so that's nice because some of the things that I was working on previously were B vitamins, and I have been feeling more and more lately, like I haven't been called or wanting to take them. And so this also, I have been taking them pretty consistently, so I don't feel like that's something that's as important for me. And like I said, the mineral thing is the biggest thing that I'm noticing in my body. So that kind of correlates, and it's also nice to just have an extra piece of information to say, maybe look into continuing the iron. Of course, when you do this test yourself, you're going to be your own health advocate here, so you have to be the one to do your due diligence to figure out if that nutritional information makes sense. So that's what a non-diagnostic scan is for, basically. So food sensitivity. So again, I've had these I've had signs of allergies, which I've got a history of multiple different things going on. So I've had a root canal. I've had, in the past, chronic sinusitis, which has gone away. And then I do believe I've had mold exposures. So I'm in the process of trying to verify the status of mold in my home, because I've had it show up in like my original scans. I thought I got it remediated, and now I'm looking into different avenues. So what this is telling me is right now there are some actual allergy similar, we call them sensitivities, because again, we're not verifying allergies here, but I'm going to look and see which ones might be upsetting me. So nuts and seeds, cashews, again, not necessarily even talking about the potential for mold in cashews. So it's very interesting, because that is, it picked that entire scan and it only wanted to work on cashews. Okay, so with that in mind, even though, you know, maybe I'm not really allergic to cashews, if they're potentially bothering me at all, it's very, very easy to avoid those. It's one food that I don't need to eat. Hormone support, okay, well, yeah, absolutely. I'm pregnant right now, so let's give me some endocrine system support. So I would love, yeah, more adrenal support, please. More female specific things, please. More inflammation support, please. I would love all of that. Definitely relates right now. So we're gonna do that. And this one may take a little while. It's like a long test. You can see on the side all the different things it's checking in me right now. Parasympathetic system, feeling pretty good. Sympathetic, I've been working on a lot of breath work and things like that. But all those glands, yep, let's support them all. My thyroid, for sure, I'd like support with. So that's essentially what we're doing here. So again, I'm actually not manually picking the tests, even though I know I have certain issues. As you can see, I'm letting the scan direct which ones are my top 3 priorities, and by doing so, I'm basically I'm getting more information about myself than if I were to just manually pick and choose based on what I think is going on. And that's one of the things that is really nice about biofeedback, to help you get to root cause and direction. So every month works with the next month, and it's kind of a zigzag line of progress. So this month we've picked a certain set based on the whole of my body, and we're going to try to move that together towards balance and homeostasis. Next month, well, or in my case next week, when I scan again, we're going to pick a different set. And so for you it'd be monthly, right? So in that process we'd pick a different set, which might still play into the whole picture of the symptoms that you're seeing. So sometimes you get bits and pieces of the puzzle one month and the rest of the puzzle the second month, and if you have a very complex health condition, it may come in different layers over the course of many months. So that's part of why it takes several scans to really work towards that balance. So we're going to let this run here. I'm going to then pick one more body's choice item, and then I'm going to, I think, just kind of wrap up this little video as far as I wanted to just demonstrate what we have going on. I'm going to stop sharing actually just right now. And so yeah, that's basically what a scan can look like. If you're interested in, if you have other questions, please just reach out. I will give you our contact information. It's 406-281-8200 is our phone number, and you can also text that number. Please leave some information about yourself so that we know it's not a scam or like a little spammy robot, just give us a little bit of insight as to where you found us, what your questions are, and then if you have further questions after that, happy to talk to you on the phone. And yes, so I hope you found this interesting, and I can't wait to show you what biofeedback can do for you.